Hotel Diablo, what's up? Day 19 of my journey, and I got a message I want to get out to my semen retention brothers, and it is people of the past, you got to be careful for the succubus. So today's topic is semen retention magnetism. How suddenly you're on your path of greatness and you've been retaining, you've been in the gym, you've been doing the necessary things you need to do to become a better man. People come back out of the woodworks. It's almost like they have a sense. It's almost like they're drawn to your light. You ever leave the porch light on and then you see a bunch of bugs just floating around? Now, I don't want to relate human beings with blood and hearts and flesh and bones and minds and brains. I don't want to relate them to bugs, but in a sense they kind of are, especially the bad ones. They're drawn to your light, your magnetism on semen retention. Never take an ex back. If a woman has broken up with you, never take her back. What happens is, as men, we're go-getters, we're strivers, we're hunters, we're assertive. At least we're supposed to be anyways. And we go out into the world and we do the best we can and we compete with other men as much as we want to say it's not a competition or I don't have competition, I'm in the game by myself. The reality of it is it's a competition. Life is a competition. It's men versus other men. You go out to the world, you work out, you get the body, you get the resources, you get the cool car, you get the nice house, you know, and you become the best version of yourself. And the result of that is attracting a mate. It's attracting a beautiful, feminine mate. So you get the girl, you win. Relationship goes by, whether it be a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, and somewhere along the line you become complacent. You become complacent with yourself. You stop doing all the things necessary that you've done to get that person. And now she breaks up with you. You become fat, lazy, unmotivated. Your drive is weak. You're no longer assertive. You're no longer masculine. You're no longer a leader. You're no longer set the terms. You're afraid to walk away. You're afraid to lose her. You just become a figment of yourself, man. In other words, she leaves you. Her hypergamy kicks in. She thinks she can do better, and she go out there into the world. And in rare cases, women do better. But if you truly love a woman, if you truly been a good person, if you truly courted her, if you truly given her, you know, fulfilled her emotional needs, you know, physical needs, then chances are it's going to be really, really hard to replace you. That's just the reality of it is. But it doesn't stop hypergamy. It doesn't stop hypergamy. Still going to think that they can do better. And so they break up with you and they go out and they find somebody else and they get into a rebound or a hookup, or they ride the carousel, man. They ride the carousel. And that's just the reality of it is. Nobody wants to hear that somebody that they love, that they little sweetheart, that they little teddy bear, that they little pookie or they little love bug is out partying and drinking and smoking and meeting random people and hooking up with those guys. That is the power of hypergamy. That is the power of complacency, when you become complacent as a man. And I learned a term from Andrew Tatus to become so good, so, you know, top dog, so top G that you're irreplaceable, you know? And like I said, you have to be a stand-up guy, man. You can't just be a piece of crap. They're gonna go out there and they're gonna venture and they're gonna have their fun, they're gonna do their thing. And somewhere along the line that fails and they'll come back to you. Now, don't take this as arrogance, but I have never had a relationship with a woman that did not end, whether it be on my terms or her terms, where they didn't come back. And the reason is because I become the man that they met, you know? like I said, when they meet you, you're on top of your game. You just got out of a relationship. You're heartbroken. You're motivated. You go to the gym. You work out. You do all this shit, and you're on top. You're on top of the world. And they meet you, and they see that, and they love that, and they want to be a part of that. And then you become complacent, and then that relationship ends, and vice versa. It's like a repeating cycle. So I think the biggest lesson you can learn out of this is to never become complacent with yourself. Always put yourself first. Because if you're doing all these things in the beginning to attract a woman, that's the same thing you got to do to keep them. And I encourage men to not take their exes back, man. I know it's hard. I know you loved her. You probably loved her more than she was ever even capable of loving you. Men are the closest thing to dogs when it comes to unconditional love, man. Closest things to dogs. You can whoop a dog, you can treat a dog bad, and they'll still love you, man. Dogs have unconditional love, and some men do too. I'm not sure if women are capable of that. Maybe your mother, maybe your grandmother. But never take them back, man. They always come back. They always come back, especially when you're on your journey. It's only been 19 days of my semen retention journey, and ex is coming out of the woodworks. How you doing? I would like to see you. You want to grab a drink sometimes. You want to get coffee. You know, things that we used to do. And it's like, no, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid to even let you in that vicinity. I'm afraid to give you that opportunity to strike. See, at least now my grass is trimmed. I can see you for what you are. You went out and you've done all these things. You've lived your life. And you experienced hypergamy, and you ventured out, and you thought that you could do better, and now you're back. Because these men, like, people are so quick to say there's 8 billion people in the world, and there is. The men to women ratio is way, it's more women than men, but there's not a lot of good men out there. And I went through a very dark time during my breakup. I went back in the gym, I was motivated, and I was a dog, and I treated people like shit, and I don't want to be that person. I was dark. Never wanted to get my heart broken again, and so I was the aggressor. I was the guy who was doing everything, evading women, evading a relationship topic with people who could have potentially seen me as something serious. And it's not fun being in that point, man. It's not fun. I was in a dark time. So they feel your energy, they feel your aura. It is like they have a sense, man. It's like they have some fucking antennas. They come back out of nowhere and they like, wow, he seems different. There's a light again in you when you are in semen retention. There's a light and they're drawn to it like a fucking moth to a flame. And you have to protect that light, bro. You have to protect that light inside of you, because someone will come back and drain you, and you'll fall back into the same patterns, and then boom, you're back to square one. Except this time at square one, you're on day one as well. And there's nothing wrong with being on day one, but if you can help it, man, do not allow them to come back into your life and drain you. You've already on your purpose, you're already motivated, you're already doing the things you need to do to become a better person, to become the best version of yourself. You're no longer a pet cemetery version of yourself. And they come back and they want a piece of that action, and you don't give it to them. If you're already striving for greatness, if you're already in the gym, if you're already motivated, if you're already on semen retention, stick to it, man. Don't relapse. Don't go back to your ex and then have her drain you, bro. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Go all in. You're gonna eventually do better. My ex came back, and by the time she came back, dude, I already got a hot chick that's way hotter than her, that's younger than her. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of the reason why she came back, because I ended up being the one doing better. You know what I mean? She moved on, and she moved a dude in her house shortly after we broke up, and it was just, man, it put me in a dark time. I never wanted to trust a woman again. I wanted to be Clark Kent. I was enraged, you know? I was heavily motivated. I was angry. I was resentful. And I took it out on everybody else after that. Every woman who potentially cared about me, didn't trust them. You know what I mean? So don't let them slither their way back into your life when they see you doing better. And it's not some fake ass representation of you doing better where you go on social media a week after the breakup and you start posting all this shit. No. It's been months where you've truly taken the time, you've lost weight, you've worked, put in extra hours, you've saved more money because you're not taking your girl out on dates every week. You know, you're doing better. You're in a better mental state. You can hold a conversation. You're no longer lusting after her, you know, and they see that. It's not a game. A lot of people, they like when they break up, they go post all these amazing pictures. They're like, I hope my ex see how happy I am without him. No, I went months without posting. Radio silence. I go on Instagram, I go on Facebook, I like what I like. I like the pages and all of that good stuff, and then it's just nothing. And then months and months accumulate, and I have progress, and I actually find somebody who, in my opinion, is better for me. It's not that my ex is just scumbag of the earth. It's just I found somebody who's more to my likings. Then, yes. She sees that and she's like, damn, I missed out. Or I'm out here and I'm just having all this fun, living my life because I'm young, and these guys really aren't where it's at. These guys are really, they don't have their mind screwed on. They don't have their own stuff going on. They still live with their parents. And it's not a shot to you. If you gotta live with your parents and save up, do it. But don't let that be the end game. And so they come back and they see that you got that light and that fire in your eyes again, and they want to take it. Don't let them take it. Semen retention, day 19. My energy is through the roof. I've also been going to the gym for 19 days straight. I've also been fixing my diet for 19 days straight. Like, there's no complacency, man. We got to be consistent. I also realized, like, I don't really smoke a lot, but when I do, it really affects my mood the next day. I like to smoke at the end of the night. Whenever I do, it's every blue moon, and I'm talking about marijuana. And the next morning, I usually feel groggy and weak and like a dead battery. And I don't know what the effects of that is from marijuana, but it happens. And so semen retention is a domino effect. It's a domino effect. You have to start with semen retention, and eventually you'll want to fix other aspects of your life, but you don't want to compile them all at once. If you can quit everything cold turkey, by all means, at least limit yourself. You know, you stop drinking as much, or you stop altogether. You stop smoking as much, or you stop altogether. You know, you eat healthy as much as possible, or you go all in. You know, you stop, or you retain, or you do no fap. Like, I no longer just want my foot in the door. I got my whole body in, and I'm like, here it is. I'm giving God all I have to give. It's like, God, the other day I was mad. I was like, God, I'm giving you everything that I have. I need you to show me that you're proud of me. I literally said that to God. I was so infuriated. And I said, God, I have given up this easy dopamine, these easy pleasures. I have given up the good, tasty foods. I've given up, you know, the drugs. I've given up the alcohol. It's time for you to show me that you're proud of me. Sometimes you have to talk to God like that, like he's a big brother or like he's your father, man. But day 19, stay strong, gentlemen. Stay on your journey. Do you feel me?